This is part 2 of our 126-year-old Craftsman bungalow exterior transformation. And today, the entire house is getting painted. For those that are new here, hi, I'm Natalie. My husband Philip and I love fixing up old homes. If you missed part 1, go back and watch us rip off the rotten siding and uncover some quirks you won't believe. Now, with fresh siding in place, it's finally time for the biggest step yet, painting the whole exterior. Enjoy! Good morning, my friends. It is a very exciting day because we're actually starting on the paint. Although I think today it'll just be a ton of prep work. I'm guessing it's gonna take the whole day. If I've learned one thing from this, it's that things take a lot longer than you think they will. But we're gonna have paint and be wrapping this up in the next couple of days, which is so exciting. So hopefully by the end of the week, or at least early next week, we will be done. It will be completed, and I just can't wait because it's already looking so much better. And I know that paint, like once we get some sanding done and pay attention to details, get a fresh coat of paint, it's just gonna be so satisfying. Nothing is better than a fresh coat of paint. While I have you, I wanted to just say, if you wouldn't mind, please subscribing. We plan to keep you guys updated on all the renovations that we're doing in the house. And honestly, every view or like or comment or subscribe just really helps us continue our renovation and restoration efforts. So thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to us. And yeah, I just hope that we can continue to do some more renovations and bring you guys these videos. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video or just skip to the timestamp that I'm gonna include. I'm gonna be doing a ton of before and afters because that is so satisfying, I think. So stick around for that because you're gonna love the transformation, I know it. Hi friends. Okay, it has been a couple of days since I last checked in on this vlog, and it's really funny because I have so many like long-term vlogs going on right now, and I've got to remember when to film on which one. But anyways, I wanted to give you an update in this vlog just about paint colors and like where my head is at with that, which it has been such a roller coaster. I have some samples here, but let me talk you through what I was thinking when it comes to the outside of our house. Okay, I had a little bit of a freak out moment the other day, and I was chatting with my mom about it because this is just, it's such a big decision when you're choosing exterior paint. It's one of those things that's very difficult because you want to be able to live with it for a very long time. You know, it's different than like painting an interior room, which is easier to change, and it's not that big a deal if you get it slightly wrong. But the exterior, I want to get right. It's a little bit harder to fix. And the style of our house is called a Craftsman bungalow, which if you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically 1.5 stories. So technically that's what ours is, although ours looks a little bit more grand than maybe some of the other Craftsman style that you might see. All the homes in our neighborhood, or most of them, if they're not new builds, all the homes from like our, this period, ours was built in 1899, but any that were built in like, the early 1900s, they have basically a lot of color on them. So walking around, you'll see, yellows and blues, and they look really good. It really fits the style of the house. And it's funny because I love those colors in our neighborhood. And I think I was getting influenced by that. And I was really, guys, I tried so hard to like colors. I got so many samples, like far more than this. And when I try and envision this house and the exterior, I kept coming back to just a cream. Like I just wanted a cream. And then I was asking myself, why am I trying to force a color like a blue or a yellow when that's just not what I'm wanting? So I know some of you guys will say that it's very boring that I'm going with a cream, but I say it's timeless. And now the journey to find the perfect cream has started. I have so many samples here. Oh, and one other thing I want to say about just going with a cream is that I'm really excited because I feel like all the landscaping I plan to do in the future is really just going to pop. Like I kind of just want the landscaping to speak versus the house being this like really bold color from the street. And I just think it'll be classic and timeless and I really won't be sick of it. So the thing is, with finding a good cream is when the sun hits anything that looks white or cream, it's gonna make it look brighter. It's gonna make it look more white. So I'm trying to find one that has enough warmth to it so that it's not like so bright. A couple that I have been testing out, and by the way, I don't know if I'm gonna go with these or end up getting more samples because that's just, you know, that's how it goes. Good morning, my friends. Okay, it is bright and early, and they're still finishing today some of just, you know, the touch-ups that they need to do in terms of like sanding down all the columns, which are looking so good. They sanded all these little details and it's looking amazing. They're finishing caulking up around the house as well. They did something so nice. I asked them to just show me what like the different colors would look like, and they did 2 coats for me of each one and wrote the names on it, which I thought was so cute. So anyways, let's go through them. I think that this is my favorite, and I know that these all look very similar. They do, and I'm sure on the camera even more so, but in person, you can tell a little bit of a difference. This one I think is just the perfect off-white, and something that I need to do, let me go grab a piece of white paper actually, because it's hard to tell with the yellow from here, but once I hold up the white sheet of paper, you'll really understand what a beautiful cream it is, because I'm not wanting it to be too white and too bright. Let me go get that actually. Okay, so you can get a little closer, love, if you want. Oh, this is good because the sun's coming through, but you can see, I don't know if y'all can tell on the camera, there's a clear difference. This is super creamy and has a lot of butter yellow in it. Has a little bit of gray too, so it's balanced. And I just love this one. So this is called White Down, and make sure if you ever use this color that they don't give you White Dove, because they do have White Dove, but this is White Down by Benjamin Moore. Okay, let's go on over to this one. This is Soft Chamois, and it is super similar to White Down. I can barely tell a difference between them. The only thing I've noticed is that this one is a little bit brighter, so that's why I'm leaning towards the White Down. But here it is with the sheet of paper up against it, so you can see. It's a beautiful color as well. I'm torn between these two. I think I'm leaning to White Down, but I don't know. You guys tell me which one you would choose. And again, I know that they're super similar, so I probably shouldn't labor over it. Okay, this one I think I've ruled out. Ooh, these shadows are pretty right now. Okay, this is Timid White, and I feel like it's just got a little bit too much gray and not as much as of that like butter yellow. But this is a beautiful color if you are wanting more of a gray undertone. So I think I've ruled this one out. So we're just down to those two, down to the wire. I don't know. Let me know what you would choose in the comments. friends. It is bright and early, and that's kind of the good thing about having to do renovations is getting me in a routine of waking up early, which is something I've been trying to do on my own, but this is forcing me to do it. And now I'm just naturally waking up like right before 7, which is so nice. But if my voice sounds a little tired, it's because I genuinely just woke up. Okay, I cannot believe how long the prep work is taking. It's been several days now, and I honestly am not going to show you today. They're just finishing up because it's just a lot of caulking, like a lot of stuff that I've already showed you clips of. They're going through every single crack just all around the entire house. So it takes so long, the actual prep work, but once we start on the paint, I think it's gonna be really, really quick. Now, my parents came over yesterday because I really wanted their opinion, and they both thought that they were too bright and not creamy enough. So I've gotten a couple of other samples, and also our painter is so kind, and he basically told me yesterday, because I was like, I'm sorry, I'm having so much trouble choosing. I just don't want to make a mistake and regret it. And he was like, no, don't worry about it, because nothing is worse than if we paint the house and a client doesn't like the paint color that they chose. So he was like, I'd rather do as many samples as you need. So he's actually going to pick up a couple more, and I swear my phone listens to me, and I'm okay with it now because Instagram showed me, like literally right after my parents left, it showed me the most beautiful, like kind of a darker beige color. I'm just gonna put it on the screen instead of trying to describe it to you, but it's so beautiful. It's another Benjamin Moore color, and it's definitely a little darker, I would say, than I was originally planning on going with, but I loved it. So we're grabbing a sample of that just to try. And then I also am gonna just double the formula of the white down, which I'm loving the colors, but I think it needs to be a little bit richer. So we're gonna double the formula, which is something that is so cool. I often forget I can do that. If you love a color, but you want it like a little bit richer or darker, just double the formula. And same thing, if you're wanting it lighter, you can cut the formula in half, so just half the formula. I'm really excited to see it doubled, so I think we're gonna get those up on the wall, and then I'll go out and show those to you as soon as we have them. But I can feel myself being close to a decision, like we're getting there, we're getting to find the perfect color. I can feel it, and as soon as we pick the color, I think we're gonna be able to wrap up the painting this week very, very easily. So part 1 was honestly a lot more action for you guys to visually see, but I really wanted to walk you through in this one through my thought process of paint colors and finding the perfect shade that I'm going for, because that's like 50% of it. I hope though that you guys are finding some beautiful creams and whites that you maybe haven't heard about. Honestly, a lot of these I'm wanting to bring inside my house now, because even if they're not a good fit for outside, they're so beautiful and really great creamy whites, perfect for inside. But I'm just so ready to get this project wrapped up, because I really want to film a porch decorating for fall video with you. But I can really only do that once we've got this whole renovation completed. And I think we will this week. So I'm already seeing pumpkins all around town, and I'm like, I want to decorate so bad. So anyways, we have that to look forward to as soon as we finally pick a color. One other thing I wanted to be sure to tell you is that I was so excited because we started stripping. He was just testing a little patch, stripping the paint off of our original pocket doors that are right here in the living room. I mean, they've got black paint on one side and like, I think multiple layers of white paint on the other side. So covered in paint, there's like drip marks on them because you can tell someone who wasn't experienced painted them at some point. So I'm just like wanting to strip it all back to the original beautiful wood. And he said that it's gonna match our floors. So that's very exciting. We still have to get our floors refinished, but that would be so beautiful, I think. So he tested a little patch and it was really working, and I was getting so excited, and it was crazy to see the paint, like how it just bubbles up, because for some reason in my mind I was thinking there would just be like a puddle of paint. I don't know why I was thinking that, but it actually like almost bubbles up and you can just scrape the paint off. So it's a lot of like little debris, but not too messy, honestly, not that bad. It's just labor intensive to scrape it all off. But I think I'm gonna do that. So he's getting me a quote for that, And I'm really, really excited to get them stripped down, get them in good shape, you know, put a finish on them, and yeah, it's gonna be so good. Today's the day. I should do the Mariah Carey, like, it's time.
Days of prep work, sanding,
Oh my God.
taping, caulking. Today we finally get to start paint, and Natalie has selected initially 3 or 4 colors, and we landed at one, which is going to be a huge surprise to everybody.
Oh,
So stay
yeah,
tuned
no
and see
surprise
what
at all.
color Natalie chose.
Okay, guys, so we are gonna go with the Elmira White. I'm really excited. I'm a little nervous just because it's hard to know. Like, I haven't really seen it in full-on sunlight. I think once I do, I'm gonna love it. But right now, it's like, it's just difficult to tell, you know, because it's just on the yellow. I've been saying that from the beginning, but it's really hard to visualize what the whole house is gonna look like. And I think it's gonna be perfect once I don't have it just right next to a yellow color. But we are starting today. I am so freaking excited. I think they're gonna have to tape off a ton of stuff. They're gonna be starting on the front, and he said he's only gonna get 1 can to start, just so they can make sure that we like it. That way, as they're going, they can always change the color if need be. I don't see that happening, but also that's kind of nice to know. Like, maybe if you are painting something, just have them get 1 can to start, and then you can always buy more and go from there. Okay, the painters have already arrived. I'm so excited. I think what I'm gonna do is just show you guys initially when they're starting to paint, but probably after that, I'm just gonna skip to the final result and doing before and afters, the full before and after. It's gonna be so satisfying, just because, like, I feel like you don't need to see every single little bit that they're painting, and I think that'll be a better viewing experience for you guys. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see it. I hope we love it. I hope we don't change the color. I'm so ready to just be able to have crisp fall mornings out on my porch, getting to sit out there again. I've missed it so much. And today it was really foggy and misty, literally like a Forks day, like a twilight day. And I just want to sit out there and enjoy my cup of coffee. But very soon we will have that, and I cannot wait. My friends, it is time for the big reveal, and I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'm so excited for you guys to see the final before and after. So without further ado, let's get right into it, and I hope that you are loving the transformation as much as we are. you guys again for watching this video. And if you love these kind of transformation videos from us, then be sure to stay tuned for our complete lawn transformation. Philip and I are DIYing most of it ourselves and taking our yard from complete weeds to beautiful grass. But I'm just so happy with how the house turned out. I hope you guys are loving it too. And I can't wait to do more renovation vlogs with you guys in the future. I'll see you next time.